బ్యాక్ తిరిగి వస్తున్నాను.
in language ఇచ్చాడు.
ఇవన్నీ నా కలెక్షన్స్ ఎక్కడి నుండి ఏదో కొని తెస్తుంది. ఎదురు ఈ మాత్రం వస్తూనే ఉంది. అది
నెక్స్ట్ సాటర్డే
అందువల్ల ఏమైంది ఇప్పుడు అందరూ కలిసి ఉండాలని కదా. అదే కదా మాకు విషయం.
బ్యాంక్ లో కొనుక్కోండి. సరే వెళ్దాం అయితే. మధుకర్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళాలి ఇంత కొనం.
Okay, so now I try to share my screen. Okay, I think this is all of the members able to see on your screens. I'm right. So may I continue my session now? Okay. So in the last class we are discussing about the ER model. So in the last class we are discussing about the additional features of ER model. So I'm already saying about that. So ER data model is nothing but one of the best representation to representing the data in which type of a flows, so or maybe in which type of organizing the data. Okay, so this is the one of the best model. So when we are using the ER data model, we can include some additional features. So those are the first one is nothing but key attribute. So key attribute means nothing but it is a primary key. So primary key purpose is uniquely identifies the table. Okay, uniquely identifies the data from the table. So that is the help of the primary key. Okay, and the primary key can be represented in the ER diagram by using underline within the attribute. So actually attribute represented with the ellipse. In that ellipse we are using the some underline. So under the attribute, for example, student table, we are consider S number is the primary key. So that S number is underlined with strong line. Okay. So if it is dashed line, it is a partial key attribute. So that means that is not able to uniquely identify the data. Okay. So another thing is the relationship instance. In the last class also we are discussing about that. So relationship instance is used for to represent specifying the relationship. So a particular employee works in the department from which time to which time and from which location. So each and everything, so nothing but here relationship instance will be specifying the relationships of the entities from one entity to the another entity. In which type of it will be related from one entity to the another entity can be specified by using relationship instance. Okay, and here we are consider different types of attributes. So those are nothing but single attribute, so and multi-value attribute, and another thing composite attribute. Okay, so how we are representing the composite attribute from the ellipse? So we are dividing the two parts. So again we are connecting some two parts. Okay, I will try to show you. So in the last class also we are discussing about this, so please just wait here 1 minute. I will try to show you now. Okay, so all these symbols are must be remember. Why? Because so these symbols are very useful when you are representing the ER diagram. So in some point of situation, in some type of situations, may be asking what is an ER diagram, what are the additional features of ER model, like that. So at the time of the situation, these symbols are very useful to representing the ER diagram. At the same time, it will be useful for to elaborate the topic also. Okay. So if you observe here, so in the last class we are discussing about all these things. So if you observe here, so composite attribute is representing like this. So that means one attribute is divided into the some attributes. For example, name. We can divide that name, first name, last name, middle name, like that. Okay. So another thing, key attribute representing like this. Okay, this if we are representing the double lines of the ellipse, it is nothing but a multi-value attribute. So that means able to receive the more than one value for a single attribute. For example, if we are giving the contact number, so we can give more than one. So if we are give the address, so we can give more than one. But if it is a age, so we can't give more than one. Am I right? So if it is a name, we can't give more than one. If it is a number, so we can't give more than one. So in the same way, double used for representing the weak entity, double diamond symbol so can be used for to representing the identifying the weak entity relationship. And if it is a dashed lines of the ellipse, it is a derived attribute. Okay, so and another thing, if it is just single line of the rectangle, strong entity. Okay, and if you are representing the double lines, so that is nothing but a total participation like this. Okay, so all these symbols are we are all discussed in the last classes. So the main purpose of using the relationship instance is so able to identifying the relationship of the entities, so from which time to which time. So here the relationship attribute can able to record the information, so that's why so that attribute can be referred as a descriptive attribute also. So if it is a derived attribute, we are calculating from the existing ones. For example, age is a derived attribute. Why? Because here we are enter the date of birth. According to the date of birth, it will be calculating the what is the age of that particular person till today. So that will be calculated by using that attribute. So that type of the attribute will be referred as a derived attribute, and it will be represented with the dashed ellipse. I hope all of the members able to understood what I'm saying now. Okay, so all these are we are discussed in the last class. Okay, composite attribute, when we are able to divide the attribute into subclasses. Okay, in the same way, single attribute means if the attribute is able to receive only one value, so that will be that will be referred as a single value attribute. So descriptive attribute means it will be maintains the information about the entity's relationship. Okay, so, for example, since are from since are from two. Okay, and another thing, total participation. So up to now I'm saying about the key attribute. So another one is the relationship instance, and another one is the total participation. I think the name is implies how many number of entities participates from one entity set to the another entity set can be specified by using the total participation. If all the entities having the relationship with the another entity set, so then that can be referred as a total participation and represented with the double lines from the relationship at the relationship to the entity. Okay, so weak entity means nothing but which type of entity or which type of table is not having the primary key. So that means in some type of situations, maybe you are not maintaining the primary key. If you are not maintaining the primary key, then what's the problem? So it will be able to create null values at the same time. So it will be repeating the same type of the thing number of times. So then occurring the redundancy. So and at the same time, we can't find out our required record within the time. So it is too complex to find out our required record. Why? Because the same name is existed for to the more than one people. So we can't able to identify our required record. Am I right? So that means it is not uniquely identifies the data. So it will be also creates a lot of problems. And another one is the class hierarchies. So here we are divide the classes into the two subclasses. So those two subclasses are, so please just wait 1 minute. Yeah. Okay. These two subclasses are, I hope my screen is visible to all of you. So can you send anyone one message, please? So I continue my session. Please respond through chat box once. Respond anyone? Okay, okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay, here we are consider the two types of classes. One is the generalization and another one is the specialization. I think the name is in place. Generalization means here we are combining the subclasses into main class. So that's why here first of all defining the subclasses. For example, if we are consider the employees, so maybe the subclasses are contract employees at the same time. So maybe the permanent employees. Okay, so then first of all we are defining the subclasses. next we define the main class. So in the case of generalization, okay, if it is a specialization, first of all define the main class, next define the subclasses. Next we are using the, here we are using the relationship is easy relationship. So that means it will be maintains the inheritance. So that means inherit the properties from base class to the subclasses. And here we are using the binary relationship also. What is the meaning of binary relationship? So when we are maintaining the relationship between two entities, it is nothing but a binary relationship. If we are maintaining the three entities, so relationship is maintaining between the three entities, it is nothing but a ternary relationship. If you are maintaining the relationship with the only single entity, but place the different types of roles, so the type of relationship will be referred as a reports to relationship. Okay, next one is the aggregation. So aggregation means here, so model the relationship. So that means, for example, if the two entities having the relationship, now whether the type of the relationship is properly worked or not, monitored by another entity, the type of thing will be referred as a aggregation, and that can be represented with the dashed line box. In the last classes also we are discussing about this. Just I try to show with the diagram. So if you observe here, so this is the diagram. Okay, so that means, so departments sponsor the projects. So if you observe here, so some thick line is represented here. So that means, so more than one. So total participation from the projects. Okay, so that means each and every project having the relation with the any one of the department, but each and every department is not having the project. Remember this. Okay, each and every project is having the relationship with some particular department. Okay, but each and every department is not having the project. Okay, so that means this is single, this is many, so that means many to one. Okay, and another thing here, if you are observe here, so department sponsors the projects, so that means conducting the projects. Okay, so now whether these projects are properly sponsored from by the departments or not, that will be verified or monitored by another type of entity. So that is nothing but employee. For example, if we are consider here, so this is the students and this is the faculty, and faculty take the classes to the students. So originally faculty take the classes to the students in the normal way, but so whether he is maybe whether that particular faculty is giving the maybe taking the classes in the proper way and conducting the classes in the proper way or not, so maybe teaching the subject in the proper way or not, that is verified by HOD or principal, sir. I'm right. So at the same time, he will be verify the student status also, whether the students are attending the classes in the proper way and maintain the silence or not, are able to listen the classes or not. Okay, so all these things are verified by to the another type of entity. So that is maybe here we are consider either HOD or principal. I'm right. So that type of relationship will be referred to as a aggregation, and that can be represented with the dashed box here. So in the exam point of view, this is the very important question, so that's why I'm repeat number of times. Okay. uh, Okay, next we are discussing about the different types of keys. So those are nothing but the first one is the primary key, and another one is the candidate key and composite key, and another one is the super key. Okay, so these are the types of keys. First of all, what is a key? Key is nothing but a uniquely identifies the data. So here we can use key is used for to retrieve the data from the database. So that can be referred as a key. For example, if we know about some field, so that field will be able to retrieve some other data. For example, if we know about our number, so I will able to maybe I'm able to say that I'm able to know the your name and maybe your age and your marks, like that. So that means here, so one of the attribute will be able to identify the some other attributes. So the type of the attribute will be referred as a key here. Okay, then what is a primary key? Primary key means nothing but uniquely identifies the data. Okay, and another thing, here we are using the candidate key. So and here we are easily remember, here we need not to confuse. So what is a candidate key and how we are using that when we are using that. So don't try to get these type of confusions. Why? Because we will easily remember all these things. So if it is a candidate key, we are based upon the candidate details. So what is the candidate details? Simply name. So that means student ID and student name. So these two are the consider as the primary key. Okay, so these two are the consider the primary key, so that can be referred as a candidate key. So in some type of situations we are using the composite key also. Okay, composite key. Composite key means nothing but here we are consider the two attributes, more than one attribute to maintain as a primary key, but whatever it may be, consider the attributes. So those are in the numerical data type. So, but in the case of candidate key, one is the numerical data type and another one is the character data type. Am I right? But in the case of composite key, here we are consider the both are belongs to the numerical data type. And another thing, super key. So what is the meaning of super key? Means nothing but it is a combination of both candidate key at the same time composite key. What is the meaning of candidate key? Candidate key is also uniquely identifies the data from the database. So with the help of that particular candidate name. So if it is a customer table, consider the customer name. So if it is a student, is to consider the student name. So in the same way, composite key means here we are consider with the primary key with the another attribute. For example, a student ID and Aadhaar number. So Aadhaar number is also unique. At the same time, student ID is also unique. But in some type of situation, that type of situation is needed. So more than one primary key, more than one attribute is needed to form the primary key. Okay, I will try to explain with the example. So don't worry about that. Okay, and another thing is the super key, combining the features of both candidate key and composite key. So that means here consider the primary key student ID, student name, and other number. So that means this is a best key to identify the data. Okay, in this type of a we are discussing about this. So now we try to discuss about how we are what is the example for using the candidate key or super key or composite key. Okay, in the last class also we are discussing about that. So we try to discuss, okay, how we are executing the that more than one attribute as the primary key. Okay, so what is the need? So here I try to consider one example. So that is silence table. Okay, and another one is the reserves table. Okay, and another one is the boats table. So these three tables are I'm consider now. Okay, consider these three tables now. Consider three tables. Okay, so those are the first one is silence table and reserves table, and another one is the boats table. Okay, so silence table giving the details about the sailors, reserves table giving the details about sailors who are reserving on that particular date for that particular boat. So boats table can be giving the details about the boats. Okay, so now we try to see so which type of fields are considered in the sailors. Okay, in the case of sailors, here I am consider SID. Okay, S name, rating, age. So these are the considered in the silence table. So in the case of boats table, in the case of boats table, here we are using the BID and boat name and boat color. Okay, so these three attributes are considered. Next one is the reserves table. So in this reserves table here I'm considering uh, silence ID and boat ID and day. Okay, so in this type of way here we are creating the tables. So now if you are observe here, so if you are observe, I'm giving like this. Okay, so in the exam point of view also creating the tables like in this manner. Okay, so that means how we can understand this type of information. So silence table having the following fields, and another thing, Siler ID is represented with the underlines. What it means, it's a key attribute or primary key. So in the same way boats table having the boat ID. Then what about reserves? So whether we can based upon to the SID or maybe the BID or maybe the both according to the table data. Am I right? So now we try to see the table. Okay, now we try to see the table. So please just wait here 1 minute. I will try to show the table now. If possible for you, please take one screenshot for this. Actually, this pic is not clear. So better you try to download from the Google. Okay. So how we can download this information from the Google? Okay, just to try to see, just you type the Silas table. So what is the use of this Silas table means? So uh, we try to practice so many queries from these tables. Okay, Silas table. Silas table in DBMS. Okay, so please observe this. Okay, I think you are able to see on the screen. Am I right or not? So I will try to save again. Copy miss. Please observe this once. Okay, I hope all of the members able to see on the screen. Okay, here if you are observe here, so this is the Silas table, and this is the resource table, and this is the boards table. So the main thing is here how we are creating these tables and how we are find out the required queries. So in the previous classes we are discussing about how we are retrieve the data from the single table here, right? So but in this example here we try to combine the three tables according to the requirement. So that's why, so better if you having the possibility, please try to note down this data. If you having the system facility in your homes, please try to create these type of tables. So how you are creating the tables? Can you unmute anyone, please? I will try to give the chance to talk now. Can you unmute anyone and try to say with me how we are creating these tables? So I'm already saying about that SID is a primary key for this. BID is the primary key for boards table. So why? Because if you are observe here 22, if it is a 22 is a primary key, then no 22 is there. Am I right? Okay. In the same way, if you are observe here 101 is the primary key, there is no one 101. So here we are simply creating these two tables. Then how we are creating the reserves table? Can you say anyone, please? Can you say anyone? If you are consider the SID is the primary key for to this 22, 22, 22, 22 like this. So that means more than one time is occurred. So in the same way, BID 101 is there. So then 101 is also here. And 102, if you are consider 102, 102, 102. So 102 is occurred three times. So that means, so here SID is not considered as a primary key. At the same time, BID is not yet considered for the primary key. Then how we can create the primary key for to this table? Can you say anyone, please? So you can unmute yourself. You can talk with me or send me message also. Please try to think about it once. If it is a Silas table, we can simply creating the Silas, am I right? SID. If it is a boards table, we can simply create this. But if it is a reserves table, then how we can create the table? Can you say anyone, please? Otherwise, I will say. I think no one is having the idea. Is it right? So that means no one is listening the class. If you know about the idea, so you can send me message also. Simple here up to now I'm explaining about the candidate key. So what is the meaning of candidate key? So more than one attribute will be treated as the primary key. In the same way, composite key. So more than one attribute is also considered as a primary key. So here we are consider more than one attribute is treated as the primary key. So how we can set the primary key for to this? So SID and BID. Okay, if you are observe here in the exam point of view also creating the tables with the following data and maybe retrieve the some particular information. For example, maybe if the question is like this. So for example, who is reserving the find the Silas name? Okay, so maybe the question is like this: find the Silas name who are reserving red color boat. So maybe if the question is asking like this, okay, find the Silas name who are reserving a red color boat, then how we can write the query. So if you observe here, Silas name is in the Silas table. Who is which boat is reserved in the type of details are maintained in the reserve table, and color of the boat can be represented into the another table. Then if we want to give the answer for to this query, we need to combine these three tables. Then how we can combine these three tables? So if you observe here, SID is the field of sailors, BID is the field of boats. So what it means? So that means SID is the foreign key for the Silas table. BID is the foreign key for the boats table. So how we are creating these tables? So please try to note down if you having the possibility, or take the screenshot. Okay. So here I'm giving that. So if you observe, so create table Silas. So what is the data type for SID? Integer. Okay. Why? Because there maybe you are using 22, 32, am right? So S name, char, rating, integer. So A is real. So why we are consider the real? So why we are consider the real? Why? Because if you are observe here 45.0, 33.0, 55.5, so like this. So that's why here we are consider the real data type. Okay, the real data type will be considered. Okay, and primary key is for the SID. Next, in the same way, boat ID, boat name, color, there is no difference. But in the case of resource table, first of all, SID is integer, PID is integer, days data type is date. Okay, and another thing, foreign key of SID references sailors, foreign key of BID references boats. If you're having the possibility, please take one screenshot. Why? Because so this is the manner to creating the table. Okay, then only we are able to write the query. So now I try to type the query, and I will try to execute the query in the next classes. So just I try to note down the class now. So query now. So for example, select s dot s name from Silas s. So why I am representing s here? So this is the object. Okay, so and another thing, if I want to retrieve the name who is reserving red color board, so I need to combine these three tables. Then what is the relationship between these three tables? So this is one table and this is one table, there is no relation. But if you are compare the reserves table, so reserves table providing the relationship. So SID is belongs to the Silas table and BID is belongs to the boats table. So we can use that relation. So that means Silas table SID equal to reserves table SID, and reserves table BID equals to boats table BID. Am I right? So we can write the same type of query now. So select SID S name from Silas S. So reserve R and boats B. So first of all, I'm write all tables where. So here I need to combine the tables now. First of all, so s dot where s dot sid equal to r dot sid. So what is the meaning of r? Reserves table. So in the case of reserves table, SID So this table is referred to as R. This table is referred to as S. Then S dot SID equal to R dot SID. Am I right? So in the same way, R dot BID equal to B dot BID. Okay, and R dot BID equal to B dot BID. And so what is our requirement now? Who is reserving the red color? So B dot color equal to red. So if you write the query in this manner, so then it will be display the name of the okay silence. So in this type of way here we need to create the tables. Okay, I will try to give some queries. Better you try to give me the answers. Okay, so I will send you my mail ID. Okay, you can send your answers. I will verify. I'm Ganesh Babu 84 at the rate of Gmail. So this is my mail ID. So you can send your answers. Okay, you can send your answers now. Okay, I will give you the questions. So first question is already I'm giving that. So second question. So for example, find the Silas names who are reserving a red color boat, but not a green color. So this is the first one. So in the same way, find the sailors names who are reserving the boats on the same day. Okay, in the same way, uh, find the youngest sailor. Find the youngest sailor details. Okay, so in this type of we can write any number of queries. Okay, I will just give only one query now. So how we can display, sorry, find out the find the names of sailors who are find the names of sailors who are not reserving any boat, who are not reserving any boat. So you try to give me the answers for these queries, and when you send your queries, you can send your roll number. Okay, for example, so I'm typing here 19B8 1A not, okay, 501, okay, and mention your name also. Okay, mention your name. So try to send these type of queries now. Okay, so I will try to explain in the next class. So how we are creating that. So now we try to go for new topic. So that is here we are using views. So view is related to the external level data abstraction. So are you remember this? What is the external level data abstraction? So we are having three types of abstractions. What are they? So physical level, okay, physical level, and another one, so logical level, and last one is external level. Am I right? So are you remember this? Okay. So what is the use of physical level abstraction? It will be giving the details about storage details. So in one keyword, how we can remember that? So how we are storing the data? How we are storing the data? Am I right? So that is nothing but a physical level. Okay, physical level data abstraction. Okay, if it is a logical level, if it is a logical level, then which type of things are focused in the logical level data abstraction? What type of data? What type of data is stored into the database? I'm right. What type of data is stored in the database? So that is the main thing. I'm right. Okay. And another thing. So in the case of external level, here, external level data abstraction mainly focus on so different types of views, different types of views. Am I right or not? So that means according to the user requirement. According to the user requirement, maybe some of the users asking only student's ID and student's name. Maybe some of the persons may be asking only student ID, student name, student age, like that. So that means here we are nothing but according to the user requirement we are giving the data. Am I right? So the type of view is how we are creating the view. So that is the main thing. So that means the views can be giving only which type of data is required to the users, only that type of data is submitted to the users. Okay, how we are creating the view? So how we are creating the view? So syntax for the view is create view and view name as select field names from table name and condition. Okay, so this is the manner to creating the table. Okay, so now we try to see how we are creating the tables. Okay, so please observe here. So I'll try to go for the run SQL command line. I hope all of the members able to see the screen. Okay, so now I try to open connect system/manager. Okay, in the last class we are performing the joins, am right? So on the table we are not using any primary key or any foreign key, am right? So now we try to use the prime views for to that. Okay, so what are the table names? So can you remember anyone? Select star from em join, am right? Is it right? Emp join. Yes. So another one is select star from dep join. Okay, so for example, if I want to create a one table from these two tables and selecting some particular fields only, for example, so my requirement is employee number, employee name, department number and department name is a one table. So that is my requirement. Then how I can create the view? So create view. Okay, and create view name. For example, here I'm giving my view name is, for example, uh, for example, what's the name? Triples. Okay, for example, here I'm giving the view name is Triples. So if it is there, it is not created, we try to give the new name. Okay, so now here we try to give the name as select. Okay, as select for example, e dot e number, d dot d number. Okay, e dot e name comma d dot d name from. So what are the table names here? Emp join, and here we are mention the name also, object name. Okay, e and dep join d, where. So what is the equal condition here? So where, so e dot e number equal to d dot d number. So this is my condition actually. So one view is created. Okay, so then how we are see that view? So same like as a table, select star from view name. What's the view name? Triples. No row selected. So why? Because it's the problem. create view 3 plus select e dot e number, d dot e number, e dot e name and e dot e name from emp join e dep join d, where e dot e number equal to d dot e number. So we try to change the condition now. Try to change the condition and try to change the view name also. Okay. What is the view name? For example, here I try to give Ganesh. So my name as select e dot e number d, where yeah. So now I understood. So what's the problem is? So here where e dot e number equal to d dot high. So why? Because only those two are equal in these two tables. Am I right? So high and e number. So that means so triple A, BAA, CAA and CSE, ECE, triple A. So these two are forming as a one table. So now we try to select star from Ganesh. So if you observe here, so I'm creating one view according to my requirement. Am I right? Okay. So now if I want to change some particular changes in the, so this is the actually belonging to the two tables. I'm right or not? In the previous sessions, by using foreign key we can combine the table, but we can't see again the whatever it may be we are combined in the previous tables. But here we can view any number of times. We can view any number of times. And if we want to see here, select star from tab. So what is the use of this command? So it will be display how many number of tables are existed in your account. So if you observe here, so Ganesh is also one of the table. So that is view. Okay. So that means select star from Ganesh. Okay. For example, if I want to, for example, select star from emp join. Okay, I hope all of the members able to understood how I am creating the view. Okay, for example, now I want to change the number. So update. So what's the table name? Emp join. Okay, set e number equal to, okay, 11, where e name equals to triple A. Okay, what's the problem? Update table name, set field name equal to value where e name equal to, it's invalidated identifier. Okay, here we try to give the single quotes is there. Okay, so one row updated. Just to try to see now. Yeah, please wait. Please just wait. Yeah. So I will come. You please wait. Please wait here 1 minute. Sorry for the disturbance. Okay, now try to open the select star from Ganesh. Okay, sorry. Select star from Ganesh. If you observe here, so one of the record is missing. So what's the reason? Can you say anyone? Why? Because here in the previous case, we are creating the view. So what is our requirement? So it should be equals to the e dot e number equal to d dot high. But in the case of d dot high, there is no 11. So that means whatever it may be, we are applying the changes on the parents table. So it will be reflected to the view. So I will try to explain in the next class clearly. Okay. So now I try to end the session now. Okay. Thank you, Anandal. And I will try to send the answers to my mail. Okay, and mention your name and number also. Thank you, Anandal. So now I try to end my session. If you're having any about the doubts, you can ask me. So otherwise, I will end the session today. So today we are discussing about what is a view and how we are creating the view and how we are creating the Silas table. Okay. So I end the session now. Okay, thank you, Anandal.